Hello YouTube, welcome back to more Slasher's Keep, our Sasquatch run. We have just finished sorting through all our stuff because there was a bunch of it. This is how we're looking. And there's currently a prediction on in Twitch chat. Will the spider die in 60 seconds of appearing? Well, we're killing floor 1 in one hit now, so we made progress a hell of a lot faster than the first character. Loot slime. But we need to accrue bombs if the spider's going to die quickly, and health just to get further. I also need to remind myself what the wand we have does. Leg armor. Come on, show me the bananas. Nope. Fighter's band? No. I'll come back for the health because we'll probably get hit again. Yeah, the chance of falling into a pit is a constant worry because if it does it, you lose progress. Not just on that run, but in general because of the stat decay for dying. And obviously all your gear as well, so you have to start over from that regard as well. You just got all caught up in this. Did I already say hello to you, Narhan? If I did, then you're getting a bonus one. If I didn't, then you're getting exactly one. Yoink. Hey, how come that... Oh, right, the streak counter looks different because I've got a buff that makes me do more damage during a kill streak. Forgot about that. I thought they patched it. As in, I thought there was new stuff, but as far as I'm aware, it has not been patched. Finally, we're getting some health. Although later this week, I think Skull is patching, because I believe it launches out of early access. I've been getting emails about it. So it must be this week. Oh, sorry, yes, it's his tail. I'm rusty. Unlike his tail, which is phallic. Which is his favourite character from Lord of the Rings. Doesn't mean anything else. Don't Google it. Don't Google that word. Don't Google anything I say unless I specifically tell you to. It's safer that way for everybody. Ooh. I haven't seen a more simple peasant shirt. And I once went to a Viking reenactment village with my school. That's not a joke, I did. The man... Don't we have a quest? Have an enemy burned to death. That's a new quest, okay. I think all the episodes that we have recorded of this went up. The two from last Tuesday, in other words, because we tend to do two in a session. Hello, MKT. Oh, there's still an enemy alive. Okay, well, we can clear the first floor quicker now since we can one-shot everything. But we still need to kill stuff because we want the potions and stuff. I mean, I understand why it's this way, but it is a shame that the longest you can have a prediction open is 5 minutes. For the start of the stream. Like, once everybody's settled in, it's fine to have a short cooldown, but it is a shame. Because an average run of a roguelike is going to be like, well, of this, 40, 50 minutes. Wait, you can set it to 10 minutes? I thought 5 was the cap. Like it was 1, 3, 5. Oh wait, there is another one, isn't there? Which is probably 10. Well, for a game where you know it's probably like 95% going to go the distance, a 10-minute betting period is probably fine, especially if it's the start of a stream. So people who get in a bit late can still join in. There's 4.5 minutes left on the vote. That's fine. We only just found you. So easy to kill. Show me the shirt. That's nothing. And that's nothing as well. No weapons we're going to find her. Wait, hang on. Where'd the silver key go? Oh, there it is. Yoink. Where is your Blood Bowl ARG? Do you mean Blood Bowl 3? Do you mean something you ordered? Or what? I'm curious what would happen if I threw the charged weapon on this. I did remember saying that. Oh, it was a callback. I forgot my own running joke. Your reward is sacrifice. That wasn't equal. You gave me a cursed ring? That was a good weapon I gave you. That is not worth it. I should have done a roguelike joke and said, like a Binding of Isaac curse room, that was not worth it. With an asterisk after Afterbirth. Yoink. I wonder if I saved that till the next floor it will work on the next floor, because I don't really need to know the layout of this one because we're done. Speaking of which, let's start buffing up the old stats. And we can perma-learn something already. 0.4 damage per occupied inventory. So I want... Okay, this is going to sound weird, but I want my sack to be stronger. I want sack smack. So we're taking it. Hello, Rhydog. He has clothes on this time, so it's a step up. How did I get to that section of the map I haven't explored? Oh, I see one way. Hello. Goodbye. Yeah, if you only just got in, there is a prediction going on about whether or not when I get to the spider it will die within 60 seconds. I would say personally, if it doesn't die within 60 seconds, that will only happen because it has killed me. So take that as you will. This is the Yeti character, yes, but because I made my skin blue, I look like Sonic before they fixed him. Well, at least when you see him without clothes on. Might as well save, why not? It is not the best version of Sonic, I have 6 nipples. And not the kind you're thinking of. Also, it makes that noise when you sprint. I'm not going to take off my shirt. It's not that kind of Twitch stream. Though they do exist. Alright, I'm not sure how to get to that lower left area, so we're just gonna go. 2nd floor. That ain't me. So we're gonna find our first shoot on this level, if I remember correctly. Sack attack! Oh, the door closed. Uh-oh. Unhand me. Oh wait, I can still kill this floor, and, well, in sometimes one hit, sometimes two. Ook. I wanted to see if I could hold the map. Oh, 2 dropped. Does that? Oh, there we go. That did nothing. So there's a secret room, there's a shop. That's where the way out is. Top left is the weaponsmith, or the blacksmith room. May as well. Oh yeah, how many charges is on this? 1. 3. That's a 1-to-1 ratio. How does this fire? Oh right, it has an incredibly bad hitbox. Anytime you see me throw my giant sack at something when I'm not supposed to, that's because I'm pressing the Cyberpunk button. I didn't play any Cyberpunk on my day off, but I did play a little bit today. Where would someone find those streams so I know where to avoid? The just chatting section. What I did do on my day off was paint a bunch, but other than that I watched Mandalorian Season 2. I'm not going to talk about spoilers regarding it because it's still new. We'll do a deep dive on Mandalorian Season 1 and 2 at some point, once it's not quite as new. Because like Disney Plus only just came to the UK for a start. But as far as non-spoiler thoughts go, it was good. I like season 1 more. I might drop that down to next floor. Season 1 feels like a spaghetti western. Season 2 feels like old Japanese samurai. Which is fine, but I preferred the cowboy stuff, surprisingly. Because that's not the kind of movies I watched. Better boots. We can afford them. So I will buy them. That's how this process works, since I can't kill you. We lose bloodlust, though. Can't remember the right button. Oh! Wait a minute. There's no enemy here. What the hell hit that chair? What happened? Oh! Was it you? The Yeti's unique skill is being a Yeti, and also that one. We have more knockback on our swings. That's it. Don't get me wrong, it was still good. And if you prefer a more focused main story, it's also better. It has a lot less... Like, as far as negatives go, every episode of Season 2 can be boiled down to the Mandalorian goes to a place and he needs a thing, so he has to do a thing so he can get the thing he wants. That's literally every episode. My favourite episode was the one where he has to transport someone without using a hyperdrive. That was the only one that felt like a self-contained story, and it was fun. Because all the rest were pretty much focused on Baby Yoda. For better or worse. And also Jon Favreau making his fanfiction canon. Which is fine, it's his prerogative. But it was fine having references to the cartoons he worked on in Season 1. In Season 2, it really just feels like he's stroking himself while writing the episodes. And he wrote more of the episodes in Season 2 than Season 1. Like, we get it, you made a cartoon and you like the characters, but you don't have to shoehorn every single one of them in. Hey, still good. That's nitpicking without going into specifics. Is that my first firebomb? The drop rate of them seems to go up with your strength level. Well, not literally your strength stat, just at how strong you get. Hello, Shady. Now, I'm looking forward to next week, I think. WandaVision starts, and I hope that's as weird as it looks. I'm ready for some weirdness. Not like Sonic before they fixed him weirdness, but weirdness. When is it that starts? Is that the 15th that it starts and that's the date I got confused with the Rise demo? Oh. Well, not going that way. Yeah, obviously there's more going on, but they're just doing parodies of old, like, 70s and 80s American sitcoms. I'm okay with that. Ooh, yes, I found a secret by walking into a room I forgot I opened. He missed. He made Crispy's Discord feel old. Did you inform them that you're not legally allowed to drink? Wait, did Shady not know what dial-up is? Shoulder armor. Thor. We'll take. Oh, I can't take that. I need to find that bloody chute. You know what it is, but you've never had it. Well, if it's any consolation, your internet currently is so bad it might as well be dial-up. You're just missing the cool sound effect. That's all. Wait, what Silk Song info came out? Is it a release date? That's the only cool info I'm really concerned about. We are still the Sonic run, yes. Ding. No, of course not. I mean, there absolutely could have been. It got slowed down because of COVID, but it was still fairly far along, as I understand it. But oh well, we wait. We're going to find out when the Rise demo is out. My guess is it's either going to be right after the show they're doing on Thursday, or it'll be next week. I can't imagine them doing it anywhere else. It's in final testing stage. And Team Cherry is like 5 folks, so it's no surprise that it takes them a while. Where are we going? And why did I run past the chute at some point? Was I looking at chat? No, this was a dead end. Where are the... Oh, that's not a blacksmith, that's the chute. Okay, I see where it is. It's fine. Not 100% on how to get there, but I know where it is. Here it is. Being guarded by a zombie. Alright, you go to next run, you go to next run, you for sure. Might as well.
It's only a game.
Might as well.
Why do you have to be mad?
Thank you, Right Dog, for the bits. We're going to try and make something, so we'll hold on to them. The 1,000 bits, no less. That's more than some people can count. I wouldn't know them personally. It's the next floor that has the blacksmith. I was getting confused. Alright, we're good to go then, I think. Yep. Just need to work out how to get down to the exit is the green door, yeah. So that's really all I did with my day off, just painted while watching The Mandalorian. Again, I appreciated that every episode was exactly as long as they wanted it to be. So one episode was like half an hour, then you've got a 40-minute one, and then a 50-minute one. They're not adhering to a strict, oh, you must do hour-long episodes for this season. Because as much as I like the Marvel shows on Netflix, their adherence to their length suffered. Both in terms of number of episodes and length of episodes. It was not needed. Yeah, this way. Alright, floor 3. Wait a minute. Did I set the wrong thing when I made this character? Why isn't there more floors? Because that's spider. And then, like, it's only the first 2 biomes, isn't it? Has that always been like that? Oh, right, yeah. You know what? It might be because I haven't reached it yet. Although I feel like for the first character it showed the whole route. It could be different for the Yeti in a number of different ways, but I could have sworn I selected normal when I started this character. Go kill the other guy first. Okay, so we are going to take more than one hit to kill stuff on this floor. This would be such a good wand if it, like, hit where you were shooting. We're taking proper damage now, too. I set it for 10 floors. Okay, if I definitely set it for 10 floors, then I don't know why it's not showing 10. It's a cool looking skull staff. Dangerous battering rod of gore. That's the nickname for, you know what, it doesn't matter. Hello, chum. Oh, don't have my weapon out. He's very unobservant. That's the knockback from the Yeti right there that made me manage to like hit him over that. I didn't say anything, you just presumed. Yoink. Moo. Yoink and also bounce. Well, a new Monster Apocalypse Battle Report went live today. Then tomorrow is Blackstone Fortress, and then after that, I don't know. I was kind of hoping my Batman order would arrive. It's on its way, I just don't know when it's actually going to get here. Not very quick on the draw, this guy. Sack attack! Oh, I think I just killed him with a sack. I'd ask what everyone else did with their Monday, but I'm sure the answer from everybody will be stayed indoors and painted miniatures. Was that correct? Wait for it. Ooh. Oh, never mind. I rescind my excited ooh and replace it with a disappointed one. Yes. But I'm going to ignore the dot dot dots and just assume yes. Ow. Oh right, fire weapon. Your Monday was spent sewing 18th century underwear. Some old underwear. I didn't realize that things had gotten so bad in America that you were using old underwear. Thank you, Rydog, for gifting a tier 1 sub to Kane Rose. As well. That's an 18th century sub. You gifted the sub because you liked the statement. You got rewarded for saying something witty. Or abnormal, I guess, more so. Historical costuming is your lockdown hobby. Nice! I'd hold a, like, who's been doing the weirdest thing during lockdown, but I think we already have a winner. The rest of these weirdos would just say, like, painting miniatures. Imagine doing that in a lockdown. Come on. Anytime you're ready, you can swing. Ooh, better hat? Nope, equal hat. At least we have a better chance of finding a good one now. You have respect for reenactment? It is the perfect time to pick up a stay-at-home hobby. Besides giving into your hormones, shady. It's a really cool YouTuber that does historical costuming. How amazing would it be if it turns out you were talking to them and it was Kane? You never sewed a thing in your life until 3 months ago? I'm about to show my age here, but I'm old enough that when I was in primary school, we had to do mandatory sewing. Boys and girls. Mandatory sewing. And stitching. I don't remember any of it, except that I did it. Oh, see, there you go. Serenity did as well. And so did Valnar. Well, weaving. Aha! Alright, what can we actually make? We can bung this blade on easy, but its base damage is... I mean, it's really, really fast, though. We don't have the means to make a good hammer. Well, we need the haft first, but then we can make a good one. Or the shaft, I mean, whatever. Let's make a knife just for the hell of it. Bung that on. Bung this on. Put it down like there-ish. Put this on. So it looks like a proper thing. And then we can bung on... just get rid of that, that's nothing. His horn was broken off? That's like a weapon that Zelda, you know, the green guy with the long ears, Zelda, would wield. In fact, let's call it that. We'd call it Zelda the Green Elf's trusty blade. That's a lot of stats, wow. Int +5, Dex +5, Strength +2 is very fast, but obviously much weaker. Master Disassembler. Gotta get my inventory tidy. It's very important. Got one. Yeah, Zelda, he's got that green sword and the mirror shield. And he fights Bowser. Of course, nobody's learning anything at school right now. Well, at least in this country. I'm not actually sure what was going on with the Scottish schools, but I do know the ones in England opened for exactly one day before closing again today. Pretty stupid. Ooh, permanent stat increase. Int +2, the worst one, but whatever. It's all tail. It's tail all the way down. And back up and down again. And then back up a few more times until you feel satisfied. Now, where the hell are we going? Incidentally, I'm aware my voice is lacking energy. I feel fine, but I think I do have a little bit of a cold coming on. And it's just bloody cold in general. It's so slow. Ow. Oh, hey! That was all on purpose! Ooh. I do find, like, it's amazing that countries like the UK are doing so badly. And we did do lockdowns and whatnot, and then there's countries like America that haven't even done lockdowns, and they're like, well, why are things getting worse? It's like the countries that have been trying to do stuff are also still doing badly, and you're doing nothing and expecting different results. How does that make any logical sense? We're losing lifesteal and mind blast. Well, mind blast is irrelevant. Yeah, we'll take the stats. Is strong Ned Flanders' father energy? We've tried nothing and we're all out of ideas. Sorry, I was also watching more of The Simpsons, so I can't help it. Was it? I think it was like last... Was it last week I got Disney Plus? It was, right? I must have got it last Monday, because that's when I watched Mandalorian Season 1. Rewatching... Well, not rewatching, because I'm watching episodes I've not seen before, but just watching The Simpsons in general, I feel like has slightly changed the inclination in which... Or the mannerisms I use to tell jokes. For the best, it's like... It's brought me back to how I told jokes, like, when I used to watch Simpsons constantly. Like the early days of Isaac. So we just stare at each other and then you die. Your governor has a curfew? I didn't know COVID couldn't be up past a certain time. That'll stop him. Keep everything else. We're almost at the spider, so you'll be getting your payout, one half of you. We've got to go... oh, actually, we're done. Yeah, we just need to go. Spider floor. So presumably, I can take as much time here as I want, right? You're only going to start a timer once I get into the fight. Ooh. Councilman's Decapitator of Benevolence. That looks like armor I'd wear in Final Fantasy. Can't really afford any of this good stuff. Blood-soaked mittens? That's hands? Weird. Alright, well, I'm going to apply this. We've got 2 bombs. I'm going to save. I have my timer here. Once I open this door, I will press go and then just run forwards. And go. Ah, it didn't start. It didn't start! The trick is to get him to leave as quickly as possible. The sooner that happens, the quicker he'll die. Unless they ever patch it so his acid doesn't kill him. Which would make sense if they ever fixed that. Remember when we eventually do a deep dive into The Mandalorian to talk about how evil Baby Yoda is? And how he'll just devour creatures alive and it's played for laughs when it's absolutely horrible? Oh, don't stand in the acid. It's grief. He died at 48 seconds. According to the timer I started. What was the time? Was it to be under 60 or under 50? Either way, Valinar will pay out. Oh, damn. Ooh, I want to perma-learn that, please. That's really good as well. Wow. We've got a lot of good loot there. I've never even seen a wand that looks like that. What the hell? Get out of here, Thor wand. What does this even do? Oh, it's a shotgun! Neat. No, I'm not covering any spoilers. Baby Yoda ate a bunch of live creatures in Season 1. It's just that they've run it into the ground in Season 2 is all. I'll be perma-learning Electrified Strikes, please. Yoink. There is no compromise. That will be the skill. Yeah, there was a whole Futurama episode dedicated to them eating a bunch of alien babies, yes. It's very similar, in fact. Biddly-doo. Come here, slime. Oh no, he's coming. How was that a sneak attack? He's attacking me. Uh-oh. This is fine. There we go. We don't really have... Like, we only found the small crappy potions. It hasn't started dropping large potions yet. Oh, it's doing some kind of effect on him. Oh no! 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 I set the oil on fire and I couldn't jump out in time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that is not 10. Arg. Well, at least we got a few levels. And I don't look at his shame. And I perma learned electrified strikes. And improved sack smack.